Hey everybody, this is Benny here from the Tokenbound Community Spotlight. Today we have the Mixtown team calling in from Korea, Seoul. Super excited to have you guys all on board. We have all five of you here on this call. Super excited. So why don't we start off with introductions? BT, do you want to do a quick introduction?
Yeah, sure. Hi guys, I'm BT from Mixtown. I'm doing marketing. So I'm marketing manager at here. Nice to meet you
Awesome.
all.
Really nice to have you on the show, BT. Jimin, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
Oh, hi, my name is Jimin, and I'm the lead producer and co-founder of Content Create. With our director Sang Cha, who couldn't participate in this call, we produce various creative animations such as game trailers, 3D-based animations under the circumstances of project needs. I've been passionate about making videos, no matter what kind of field it is, such as post-production, web agencies. But my background was mostly commercial advertisement videos. So I was used to work with so many strict demands and regulations. So when I got offered to build this team together, I thought there would be more freedom of creativity and lots of fun. So I gladly joined this team.
Awesome, Jimin. Well, really good to have you on the show. Excited about your background in production and animation. I think in this space, that's something, and we're going to get to it with all the amazing content that you've produced. So, Logan, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, how you got into crypto, and all of that.
Hi guys, I'm Logan, and I'm working as a project manager at Mixtown. Um, Actually, it's my first job here at Mixtown and Unopened. And before getting this job, I was actively looking at the Web3 industry and also the crypto industry and also blockchain industry um, as a personal investments, looking at the market every time. Until now, I'm always tracking the market and looking for the trends and the narratives, which narrative is right now the most hottest narrative in the market, and I love like discovering some new concepts and new things in the crypto industry, and I'm very excited about what will be developed and what will be the future of the Web3 industry. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's all.
Well, great to have you on the show, Logan. And Kihan, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into crypto and on Unopened and Mixtown, all of that.
Nice to meet you. I'm Shin. I will talk with in Korea. Sorry. 어, 로건 통역해 주세요. 저는 크리에이티브에 대한 모든 분야에서 역할을 하고 있고요. 광고, 그리고 디자인, 건축, 게임, 그리고 블록체인을 활용한 다양한 크리에이티브를 만들고 있습니다. 만나서 반갑고 오늘 재밌는 이야기 많이 나누면 좋겠습니다.
Awesome. GD, do you want to do a translation on Kihan's
Yeah.
introduction? Yeah.
So Kian's leading the entire creative side. He has his background in art side, architecture, the interior design, and so on. So he's been working with the entire incubator, which is an open, which I'll be explaining you to later on. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And naturally, GD, long time no see. We've known each other for so long.
hmm
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into where you're at now.
Yeah. So thanks. By the way, thanks Benny for inviting us to like this amazing session. I'm currently working as a COO of Unopen. Unopen is a venture studio of Hash. So some might know about Hash, some might not. So like a quick intro of Hash. Hash is a
venture studio based in Seoul, very early investors of X Infinity and the Sandbox. So they've been in the scene, in the Web3 scene for a while. So personally, I actually started my career as a consultant at Bain and Company, and previously I also worked in some gaming companies, including including Krafton. So I was kind of in charge of like investment and then the operation side and so on. So 2 years ago, I saw like the last bull cycle, and then decided to join this market. And now I'm currently working as a COO, leading a lot of different projects, and I'm also the one of the founding members of Kenton Creative with Jimin. So at that time, we thought that this type of approach, like Kenton's approach, co-creation approach, will be very meaningful for us. So that's how I started. I joined this industry, and that I always say that's the beginning of like our relationship with Benny.
Awesome. I love it. I think like there's like hashed, there's
Mm-hmm.
unopened, there's
Mm-hmm.
Mixtown, there's Kenton Creative, there's like a whole family of different funds to creative studios to venture studios to
Mm-hmm.
the actual project. And GD, I do have one question before we begin. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's your perspective on the Korean market when it comes to NFTs or even crypto in general? I think a lot of the audience that are part of the community, they're not too well versed in like what's happening in Korea. So it'd be good to kind of get a general idea of like what's been what's the general consensus
Mm-hmm.
around Korea.
So overall, like till the recent days, I think the market was quite slow. It's mainly because of the like the entire global market trend. But I see some movements nowadays, especially like Korean market is very special when it comes to crypto, and we all know like Koreans are crazy about trading, not just for the like tokens, but also for NFTs as well. And the other part is that we see the rise of art market in Korea. So in the last 2 to 3 years, Free Soul was held as in the first time, and then we see other like art fairs like growing really fast as well. So definitely want to we like, I'm expecting the synergy between NFTs, blockchain, and then the traditional art as well, and then, of course that which means that growth of the creative artist group also.
Got it. Incredible. And so let's dig right into it. So I think our biggest focus on today is going to be around Mixtown, right? So love to hear a brief introduction about the Mixtown project. Like, how did it get inspired? Like, how did you guys come up with the concept? Yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit more about that story.
Okay, so I'll just keep it short because we have a lot of agendas waiting for us. So Mixtown is a Web3 creative middleware, which means we target to lower the creative production and operational barriers for projects by creating high quality content for builders in the B2B perspective. And this doesn't mean that we only create videos just to like showcase projects like any other like video production outsourcing companies. We are quite different. We think that we are quite different, that we are capable of providing service as an like all-in-one solution that covers like operations from beginning to end, including like content design, like pre-production, planning, post-production, marketing, and project management. And in the B2C perspective, we expect that different types of high-quality contents that we have created will be somewhat accumulated as our reference and increase our brand value as a good creative middleware in the Web3 space. And we have created various formats of content exclusively for the projects such as Valhalla CryptoPunks, and Stapleverse. It includes not only like high quality videos, but also other type of creative content such as like IRL contents, like educational contents for the community, and also marketing campaign, like those kind of things. So, like, why don't we show the videos of our characters, three characters, right now? And yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. And I just want to say I've seen these videos before. And I remember when I was in Korea this year, I was like, wow, I've never seen production level at this level. So, kudos to your team and the creative team and Kihan and Jimin and everybody in kind of taking this on. So, well, without further ado, we'll start playing them.
yeah. This was our first character called Kira.
Awesome, and we're gonna play them back to back, so we have like a full-on episode, right? So we'll play Eva now. Okay, did that one freeze? Okay, we're gonna switch to Novak while we look into that one here. Wow, I mean, I feel like you could make a whole movie out of all of this, just from Kira and Novak, and I know Eva had a slight issue. I have it loaded up, but I think that the quality is incredibly. So, I mean, I have so many questions now, based on watching these. Like, so what's the kind of based on these kind of collaborative storytelling, tell us a little bit more about the content creation process, or how you guys establish the background stories of these characters. Because in most cases, like a PFP is literally just a 2D image, and then you guys like extrapolated to all these storylines. Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Jimin, why don't you cover
Oh,
this question? Yeah.
okay. So make something in 3D by looking at only the flip image is not easy job as it looks. So it demands lots of imagination and calculations because there is no specific guide to it. For example, we need side view, backside view of this NFT, which has only upper part of the body in one image. And we also have to create the lower part of the body. So concept artists should draw guide sketch for the modeler, depend on imagination, but very precisely. So once the sketch is done, the modeler should do modeling. And by doing this, it means lots of calculations because of the right proportion. And after that, the riggers should do rigging, which is planting bones and joints to make it move naturally. So by this complicated process, NFT can be alive and move and make stories. And we make stories fully just by imagination and talking to each other. How does it sounds to you? Is it fun? And does it match with the character and the mood?
That's awesome. And tell me a little bit more about like who's like are you, all five of you in a room and you're like brainstorming, or is Kihan like they're kind of giving some of the creative direction? Like what's that kind of dynamic look like?
So of course, Kihyun needs a lot of creative part, but Jimin and there's another artist his name is Chunju. So they're three are the like the key members in terms of the concept or designing the project. And
Got
in terms of the content like production side, so like Kentin Creative is fully kind of in charge of the video clips and the images. But as if you go to our Twitter account, and we have like we are operating like 3 to 4 Twitter accounts together, one for each characters like Akira, Eva, and then Novak. So uh, for those kind of tweet content, we use, of course, we use like ChatGPT. Everyone's use ChatGPT, and we try to define the character restricts of characters through prompts, so we will be able to produce a same quality of content constantly. And we since many people are running a same account, we try to uh, be on the like be on the same characters as possible. So that's kind of like we're using new technology on. Also in terms of the video production side, we use like different types of generative AI tools as well.
Hmm, amazing. Now, like, let's rewind a little bit. Like, how did Mixtown become to be? I think that there's you guys are an incredibly talented team, and you're part of like the venture studio unopened, and by factor of that, involved with Hashed, one of the biggest funds in Korea, right? So tell me a little bit about the inception, or the like. Did you wake up one day and you're like, okay, we're gonna do Mixtown, or yeah, how did you guys arrive at that this project?
So this team, especially like when I mean by this team, it's Kenting Creative. Kenting Creative started as a like a professional video production team, and they were working with an open project, also with other external projects as well, producing a like cinematic video clips and so on. But uh but after having a like a long internal discussion, we thought that we should move forward rather than just focusing on the video production side. So we wanted to be the kind that, as Logan mentioned, we wanted to be the some kind of like a middleware, connecting different
Hmm.
projects through the content that we create. So one of the content that we actually thought of, we used as our reference was the Nintendo's the Smash Brothers, the Super Smash
Hmm.
Brothers. So like all different characters coming into one universe. So that was like our starting point of this Mixtown project, and that's why we brought different IPs, different Web3 IPs, especially into one space. And of course, right now, like if you just look into the video clips, it's all different. But there's one component that
Mm.
actually connects the entire universe and lore, which is Portal. So that's kind of like a design that we are currently building right now.
Can I add
Yeah,
something?
sure, sure. Go ahead.
Um, I just want to add like two like major problems that
Mm.
we have thought about in the creative industry in the Web3 space. And the first one was the content production process being fragmented. So we thought that the market needs middlewares. So we believe that like middlewares have a huge potential in the market thanks to the development of technology, especially such as like AI and generative AIs and AIs being involved in the creative industry also. And there are also many tools that helps the creators to create contents easily. Like you can just think about like design agencies or advertising agencies using that tools in the Web2 space, and they are generating a lot of money. Then we thought like, what about Web3 market? They currently lack some creative middlewares because there are not many players that actually work as a middleware, which means they can do all of the like understanding Web3, having creative abilities to create the contents, and also understanding the creator economy and the culture,
Mm.
and who can like also help branding the product. And we thought that we can do those kind of position as a middleware. And second problem was many IPs in the Web3 space. They lack creative ability to bootstrap growth in their branding, like because they mainly focus on like tech development side. We believe some many projects, and uh, we thought that it leads to the decrease of value in the long term and also collapse in the creator ecosystem. But still there are like projects that are doing well in this area, such as like Yuga Labs, Clonex, and Pudgy Penguins, and Stapleverse, Galverse, like those kind of projects. But most others are not. So the challenge here is that tech focused teams may not know well what they need in the creative
Mm.
side for the branding and also for the community building, and how to request it from others in terms of creativity, which we thought that a middlewares that provide all-in-one solution would be necessary, and
Yeah,
those
what I find, yeah, that's amazing. What I find really interesting is you guys are like bridging the gap between the creative world and these kind of NFT or Web3 communities that are, they do have some creativity in terms of creating the initial artwork, but like you're absolutely right that a lot of, NFT projects kind of lack that vision around production, or they don't have the capabilities, right? They don't have the right skill set to do it. You guys kind of sit right in that middle, and so you have this interesting intersection between like creative content and NFTs and the blockchain. Like, tell me more about that. Like, why do you guys think it's so important to continue to be this bridge? And what does it kind of ultimately lead to? What would be the ultimate vision for Mixtown in, I don't know, 2 3 years time?
I think the ultimate goal will be a filming a movie with all different type of Web3 IPs and our own IP as well. So that's kind of like our
Hmm.
internal ultimate goal. So it's gonna be as mentioned like earlier, we wanted to make a movie just like as a super Smash Brothers. So you
Mm.
see all different like Web3 IPs like NFTs coming into a same world with their own stories, narratives, but building a new like a single universe. So that's the kind of like our ultimate goal.
we are also trying to like connect with different categories
Hmm.
in the Web2 space.
Mhm.
such as like art and
Hmm.
fashion, music and games and tech with our characters, utilizing our characters.
Hmm.
Like I can give you some examples. Uh, as you have seen, we have three characters. The first one was Valhalla, and the second one was CryptoPunks, and the third one was Sapiens. And for the Valhalla, we are trying to connect with the game category.
Hmm.
So most of the contents are game related contents, which boost the character's identity as a game lover. And for the CryptoPunks, we are trying to connect with the music category, as the video freeze, but actually the video's main content is the main storyline is the the character current character like uh doing a guitar. She is a guitarist. She loves guitar and
Hmm.
she loves rock music. So for CryptoPunks, we are actually creating real music
Hmm.
album with an external partner, and we will publish soon in platforms like Sound.xyz and also Lens Protocol. And we are also planning to sell the music NFT to the public also.
Got
And
it.
for the Sapiens, we are trying to connect with the fashion category, and we are planning to design an official Sapiens wearables in partnership with the
Hmm.
Stapleverse team, and launch a community-driven co-creation program with them called Mixtown X. And
Hmm.
I will elaborate this more later.
Awesome.
Like this kind of examples, we are trying
Hmm.
to expand this categories and also characters.
Very fascinating. Yeah, very fascinating. And we
Oh,
haven't even
I
touched
think
on the. Oh, yeah.
I think Yumon wants to add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
한 가지 더 여기서 말하자면은
잘 안 들려요.
들리세요? 하나만 더 얘기하자면은 우리가 진짜로 블록체인이랑 온체인 진짜 잘 쓰는 사람인 거 보여주고 싶다. 이것도 하나 더 추가하고 싶습니다.
Yeah. So he also he wanted to mention that Mixtown and this team is kind of very has the competitiveness in turn when it comes to blockchain and Web three. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we
And
know how it
yeah,
goes.
yeah. And I was gonna ask too, like, how do you guys think about metaverses? I mean, that's a term that's been used quite a lot, right? And it almost means it means anything and everything, and it's not really clear, right? Now,
Mhm.
do you see Mixtown as some sort of unifying effort of an eventual metaverse, or maybe for you guys it's completely different? Like, how do you guys see the differences?
Very good question. So I think for 2 to 3 years, like since like the term metaverse boomed up, each people, each person's is finding their own definition of metaverse. So some people define metaverse as a 3D virtual world. Someone defines it as a kind of a like a lore for specific IPs. I think Mixtown is also defining our own, defining the term metaverse in our own way, and that's why we are collaborating different IPs into one place. So some might think that this we are just like putting different characters into one place, but it's more about the community side. So if we bring like CryptoPunks, and then Valhalla, and then Sapiens, and some more characters will come into one place. That means that all different communities are actually gathering together within a single content or in various content. So that's how we think that we people will be interacting through creation, co-creation, and through the content as well. So that's how we see a metaverse in our perspective.
Great. Thanks for that, Judy. Before we get into the 6551 stuff, I did want to give some time to BT. So BT, you mentioned you help with marketing on the Mixtown project, right? Like, what is the biggest challenges that you've seen in terms of marketing a project? Or I assume you're also operating the different social profiles for Eva, Novak, and Kira. Like, tell us a little bit about that side of things.
So some challenges I faced actually so far I didn't really. Only the things is people like I cannot reach out to many people because they seen this Web3 market is kind of small compared to the Web2s. So only platform we use for now was Twitter. So it's only we tag some Web3 projects and then when they retweet, maybe some transfers to our followers because we have awesome this cool sexy videos. But the thing is, all Web3 project like the customer or community, they love our videos, which is our really powerful stuff, but they don't really turn into our followers. That's kind of really challenge for me for now. So we are now what we are doing is using generative AIs like ChatGPT as GD talked about before. We're
Mm,
trying to make like another some activities for community so they can, for
mm,
example, chat with Kira. That's what I'm testing for now. And also what people can do is so that's what we all do. Like this is all connected to ERC 65512, but we are making another personality or
mm,
characteristic using our IPs, right? So that's what I'm testing now, and that's how I want to give to community, and that's how I believe how community driven activities are come. That's what I
mm.
believe. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that, BT. So let's talk about it now. How do you guys see the intersections between this amazing narrative storytelling and something like token bound accounts or ERC 6551? And feel free to share anything if you have prepared on your screen of like how do these characters actually not only in video, Eva being a guitarist and into rock music and Novak into fashion, like how does that actually translate to be on chain?
I think I can explain this one. I'll share my screen
Hmm.
and uh, and I'll explain about. Okay. So this is the overall structure of our TBA right now. So I didn't mention it before, but actually we own all the NFTs
Hmm.
in our wallet. This is because like we want to play a role as a genuine community member and also help the creator ecosystem for each projects. And as you can see, like we have the Mixtown wallet here, and we have the each towns for each characters. So here is Valhalla Town, here is Sapiens Town, here is CryptoPunks Town, and there are each characters inside each town, which is in a same wallet. And um, as you mentioned, like we have structured this each characters and also each town into all TBA structures, and they are like they have like multiple layers below. Like Kira has two layers below, and under Kira there are some props that Kira possesses, and we have also minted this as an ERC721 NFTs, and we have put it into Kira thanks to the Tokenbound. Uh, and also there's Kira's room, and Kira's room is structured with some partial rooms and also some other things under the TBA structure. And also other towns are similarly structured, like as the as Valhalla Town, and I can show you the actual Tokenbound tokenbound.org, and
Hmm.
this is our wallet. and there are three characters inside. And when I click into Kira, then she has the her props inside, and also when I click into Sapiens has his own wearables, and when I click into Eva, Eva has like two different
Hmm.
parts of Eva. This is day version, and this is the night version. And when I
Tell us a little bit more about. I'd love to hear a little bit more about day version Eva and night version Eva.
It's like her personality changes, and also her like her appearance also changes
Mm.
when she when it's daytime and when it's nighttime. And when it's daytime, she is very quiet and she is very shy. But when it comes to the nighttime, she becomes a guitarist. So like
Mm.
um, so she possesses some music tape box, and also some box for the album. So
Hmm.
we're in the future we'll put the music NFTs into this TBA,
Wow.
and she'll
And
possess
so
her.
how do you guys think about all these different props that are NFTs? I think this is such a very like genius way of thinking about on-chain storytelling that translate to props that help with the narrative building, and then you kind of produce the videos as well. So is the plan that every kind of character or every episode that you make, or you actually have like items that are created and are put inside of the TBAs? Is that how it would kind of work from a structure standpoint?
Yeah, that's right.
And how do you connect the characters together? Is there like an item that is in the Tokenbound account of one character and it's shared amongst all of them? Or do you plan to kind of like, if you reveal an episode, let's say Eva is playing guitar and Novak, the Sapiens, visits the venue, and he like receives a CD or something, like how do you plan to kind of like kind of structure that from an on-chain perspective?
We are currently considering about we was also considering about that perspective that you mentioned. And for this guitar, this is
Hmm.
currently the pixelized version of guitar, because the day version of Eva is a pixelized version. And when it becomes the nighttime, the guitar can be transferred to the night Eva's TBA, and it will be it will be changed into the voxelite version, like 3D version of guitar. So like in the same character, we are thinking of like those kind of transitions of NFTs, and also as a whole, we have a uh, we have a sorry, it's loading.
Yeah, apologies, that might be on our side. So that's something that we got to work on, the loading. Okay, I see.
So we
So
have a
this
we have
is
a we have
ah.
a portal, and
Mm-hmm.
this portal is located in every room of the characters. So I think BT can elaborate more about this portal concept.
Right, thanks. Okay, to tell more about the portals. So when you see end of the videos, they all stand in the portal. So and
Mm.
then they flash, and then they take a picture of it, and it turns into the PFP that we know, right? So that's how we wanted to show the connection between the creative video to I mean the life in the video to the on chain. So when they flashes light and they move into the portal that connects to the on chain, which is like OpenSea data that we see the pictures, and then it finally they move on to the Mixtown world. So we do not have any contents that they mixed together except like images. But we have one video about the cans. So
Mm.
it's the if you watch the Eva's video, she insanely played the guitar and then all shakes and then suddenly the can moves into the portal and then sends to the Kira's world. And then we show that we made another clip for Kira. So she drinks the beer that pop up from the portal, and then she drinks
Mm,
it. Have you seen that video? Like it repeats
yeah.
over and over. That's how we connect
I can
between
play it.
the world. Yeah.
It's a very short version of the
Yeah,
video.
and I could I think let me play the Eva one because I have that loaded because that one's an important one of the storyline here. So if Logan, if you yeah,
Okay, okay.
perfect. So let me try this. So we're gonna continue where we left off.
Can I share my screen? I can quickly show you
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
transition of the beer can.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the concept that we created about beer can being transitioned to from one room to, and this leads to the overall storyline of between the two characters.
Got it. Incredible. I love it. And yeah, so you know, let's kind of move into. So I love the idea of collaborative storytelling and how it translates on chain via NFTs and token bound accounts. But what are some of the challenges that you see? What are some of the challenges that you face in building a project like this, like Mixtown?
I think BT, you can elaborate more about the challenges.
Actually, I want to toss it to Jimin because I have like a lot to say after this. Maybe.
Challenges, I think currently there are so many AI tools these days, so that they can do everything with AI tools. And so with the curiosity, we tried Midjourney to our actual video making, and we used one of the images we produced through Midjourney. So as the background, instead of the background modeler to do every modeling, and it turned out really beautiful. So I think it's good to do more research and do more testing on the new AI tools, just in case to save more time and money. But I think that's our challenge, to use more AI tools naturally to our actual video making.
Awesome. All right, who wants to go next with challenges? Kihan, any challenges from your side, from the creative side?
저는 어려운 게 하나도 없고 제가 다른 사람들에게 어려움을 많이 시키는 입장이에요.
Can you say that again, please?
저는 여기 계신 다른 분들한테 항상 어려운 일을 시키는 입장이라서 저는 어려운 일이 없어요.
So he's in the position of asking people to do difficult jobs, so he doesn't have any challenges.
Got it. Yeah, what other challenges, GD, BT, Logan, that you've kind of come across by building something like Mixtown?
I spoke too much, so I'll let BT talk for this question.
Actually, I prepared some like challenges that I faced. So can I just talk it now,
Yeah.
Logan? Maybe is it okay for the schedule?
Yes, please.
Okay, recently we just did the pilot campaign with the Kira's IP. So what we did was we made some NFTs collection for the community, Varala community, and then we minted them and then we airdropped to their TBAs. So what we wanted to do was we want to onboard Varala community to ERC6551 TBA
Hmm.
ecosystem. But the challenge I faced was it was really, really hard for them. Because for me, I tested it and then I actually made it. So we all structured this like whole map and the stories. But for them, it was really hard to understand the TBA. So what
Hmm.
I only had to say was you can just put items into your Varala characters because they are personas, the targets. They are into the games because Varala NFT are all connected to the esports. So I just said to them that you can put like League of Legends items or you can mint anything and then you can put it into your own Varala character. That's what how I communicated with them. But the
Hmm.
thing was, I think this Tokenbound.org and all the tech stuff will change and develop. But the thing was, I tested it on like September or something, and then you changed to V3, and then it suddenly I cannot log into with OpenSea. So
Hmm.
V2 I could log in, I could mint, and I could actually create my own collection with TBA. So actually, I was really um in life with TBA. But when it turned to V3, they said not authorized. So I can log in, but I cannot do any signing things. When I want to do sign or
Hmm.
any make transactions, it just stopped. So what we could do was we couldn't meet with Kira, so we just had to meet with our own wallet,
Hmm.
EOA. So and then we mint and then we airdrop to people's TBA. But the thing was, these days gas fee was really high, so people are not converting into this. They don't deploy because it takes gas. So what I did was, okay, you don't need to deploy gas unless you want to log in now. Just what I want from you guys is just get NFT. Just send me the TBA links because
Hmm.
I really wanted to um make this process easy as
Hmm.
much as possible so people actually like come and join more. And then the last challenge I faced was we did some different mainnets like optimism and like polygons. They don't show in tokenbound.org. I don't know why. They really face well in the OpenSea, but when they turn into tokenbound.org, the image still not showing just we saw like before on the page that Logan shared. So I think that all these like tech issues, I think you are so good at this, so you will make this improvements and stuff. But that's the only like honest part that I want to say to share. This was really hard. I was like crying all over night. Why image is not uploading? But I hope this will fix in quick. I believe you guys will do. So
Awesome. Yeah, and this is really helpful. I mean, I think the biggest challenges with token bound accounts is there's two. One is education, and the other is user experience, right? And because TBAs are so new, there's always new updates, right? We
Mm.
went from V1 to V2 to V3, and each version has significant upgrades to the contract implementation that is usually requested of the wider community, but totally understand the migration path is a bit of a jarring one, and I'll definitely have to sync up with the team. I rest assured though, I think that the problems highlighted here are ones that we will be taking seriously and taking a look into it. You should be able to connect with V3, but yeah, I'll take a look at it and we can definitely iron that out because that shouldn't be happening. And as per different networks, I think one of the important upgrades for V3 and eventually to V4 is the cross chain component, right? And you
Mm.
mentioned like gas costs a lot. Well, I think it's safe to assume that I have a good feeling that NFTs will start to become more and more volume and more projects launching like yourself in the next 6 to 8 months. And so one thing we have to contemplate is the cost of deployment, or the cost of transactions on the TBA. And so we really need to have that plan in place, which we do around the very idea that, like, imagine EVA is on mainnet, right? But all of these different items, they can be on Polygon, right, or Optimism. So that's something that already works, but you're correct that the UX of it is not very clear. You have to kind of switch back and forth. So 100%. I think that what this means is that there's still a lot of early things that we need to establish for projects like yourself and other projects to feel secure about building on top of it, right? So that's incredible feedback.
Yeah, in most cases, we work with the early stage projects. So like TPA is definitely one of them, and that's why we like one of our Mixtown's role is to work with different projects in the early stage, and then provide our honest thoughts. So as a user as also,
Mm-hmm.
because we're not the just we're just not the one of the creators in the scene. We are the ones we create content on the team's perspective. That's how like co-creation works. We use the product, we think about the narrative, we deep dive into this, like the team's background and etc. So that's how we become the part of each projects, and then try to deliver produce the content from that perspective. So that's why we've been like digging Tokenbound for a while. So yeah, definitely we will be part of the community, and then support you guys when it comes to the improvement.
Absolutely. And for any builders and developers in the Tokenbound community, which there's a lot, when they hear this episode, I think that it'll probably get them really inspired about your team and the production and the combination of creativity and technology. Now, as we kind of near the end of the episode, I wanted to open the floor. Any other things you would like to mention about Mixtown, or unopened, or anything like that? Any other last remarks you'd like to make?
I think it would be great if we can introduce some cool stuff that we are planning to do with the Stapleverse team.
Absolutely.
And I can share my screen again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, all good.
And here we have also implemented the TBA concept, so I think you'll like it. Yes.
Perfect.
So
Awesome.
with the Stapleverse team, we are currently talking for an official partnership, and as I mentioned before, we will do workshop together, and we will drop the wearables for the Sapiens together, and this Mixtown X will be the main key part uh, of the cooperation process. And like, I'm not sure if you're used to you are familiar
Yes.
with the brand
Yes.
called
Yeah.
Mischief. Are
Mm-hmm.
you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we were very inspired by Mischief. Actually, they are becoming popular in Korea
Mm.
nowadays because of the red boots that you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big red boots. They became very popular, and there was one project that Mischief has done in the past called Mischief X, and it's like these it's like these kind of T-shirt
Mm-hmm.
that is combined with 10 different brands, and I can show you like this is
Oh,
the
wow.
this is the reference. So there
Yeah.
are like 10 different here. You can see the brands. This is the official website.
Yeah.
They they mix all the parts. The T-shirt is divided into 10 different parts of all one from each brand, and users can purchase this T-shirt, and they'll get their unique T-shirt
Mm,
designed by the Mischief team. So like these kind of T-shirts,
mm,
yeah, and like all different designs, and there are some like special design uh, contained in like some special T-shirts
mm.
that are like considered unique, like such as like unique traits in the NFT, like as you think. So we were inspired by this concept, and we thought that why don't we create um, a T-shirt of
Hmm.
Sapiens for Sapiens, using this concept. So like at first we will do the pilot testing period and teasing period. So we will like manually get users Sapiens TBA address, and we will see the wearables that they possess in the inside the TBA. Then we will do some creation based on those wearable patterns and also our original patterns, and then we will create their unique T-shirt for all the Sapiens community, and we will do it manually in the pilot stage. But afterwards, we are looking for automating this whole process. Uh, and yeah, and also we are currently considering to expand this into uh, not just for the Sapiens, but with collaboration with different NFT projects and also different fashion brands. Uh, like so like how is it associated with TBA is that the T-shirt will be the TBA, and they will possess different kind of
Mm.
pattern NFTs inside.
Wow,
So
that's super meta. I love it. Like the Sapiens is wearing a T-shirt, which is a NFT, which has different swatches or different parts
yeah,
that make it right. So it's
right,
like
right.
a Lego block on top of like building a little building, and then to like a town.
Yes.
And I love this concept because I've been following Mischief for a very long time. I know about the X project that
Mm,
they did, and so I think it's genius move to explore this idea. And I saw you had, I think, on slide 15 like a rendering of like of a shirt. Is that
yeah,
the example of what
yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like?
right, right.
I see.
This is the example.
I love it.
This
Yeah, and I
these
can
are
see
made
it
by
has all the it has different artwork
yeah
from different
Sapiens wearables.
outfits.
Yeah, these are all from the Sapiens wearables.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So we're currently thinking about like these kind of contents, and this is actually full credit to Kihon. This, I mean,
Bow down to the genius.
yeah,
Wow, this is good. This is good, Kihan. Nice concept. So,
yes.
what's the timeline on this? Something like this. So, when do you guys plan to launch something like this?
Uh, next year, February next year.
Got it. That's really good. So we will have to make improvements to the Tokenbound website for sure. Way between now and then, so you guys are ready for this. Awesome. Well, any other updates or shout outs that you guys want to make before we wrap up the episode?
Uh, just one last point. That was so like the wrapping up to like our 30-40 minutes long call. So it's I think this project is all about co-creation,
Hmm.
and blockchain has enabled this co-creation. It made easier for creators and brands to collaborate, because like when we see in the Web2 space, we have seen different brands collaborating each other, but there were a huge hassle when it comes to their like distribution, compensation. They'll have to go through the legal process. But with blockchain, it's way easier. It's way easier. So definitely, like creators and the brands, they will be able to collaborate with others in a more efficient way. And that's why we are kind of focusing on the building the standard of co-creation in this area. So we are definitely open to work with different creators or brands, and so feel free to reach out to us if you have any interests. If you wanted to know more about us, or if you wanted to work with us, definitely we are open to it.
Awesome. Well, Jimin, BT, Logan, GD, Kihan, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Community Spotlight. And we'll look forward to seeing updates in your project in the new year. Enjoy the rest of the rest of the year and the holidays. So thank you so much for jumping on this call.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.